Hello, everybody. I just got stuck in an ice storm and came home, and this is the first thing I put on, so this is what we're going for right now. This hair is also compliments of the ice storm, but you know what? I'm digging it. I will take nature and all of her crazy elements because I'm a Newfoundlander, and that's just what we do. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. Today we are going to do a Q&A where I will be answering all of your Q's, and I'm very excited about it because you asked me a whole lot over on Instagram, Twitter, here on YouTube, and also on Snapchat. And a lot of these questions are based around my previous video, my coming out / what happened this year type of video, and I can't wait to answer all the things you guys have been asking now for over a week, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I have organized all my questions on my handy dandy laptop that has like nipple covers on the bottom. They're not actually nipple covers, it's electrical tape, and my little feet fell off them, so I did. Anyway. We're going to start off light today and then get into the more serious type questions. But the first one is from Anna, and she asks, you live in Toronto now? And yes, I live in Toronto. I've been living here for over a year now, maybe about a year and a half. I moved here in hopes to get more opportunities for work, actually with the intention of opera singing or going into musical theater. But then the Much Digital Studios reached out to me not even a month after I moved here, and the rest has been history. So YouTube has been my full-time thing, and here we are, you and I, hanging out in Toronto. My next question was asked a whole lot, and you all want to know where I got my shirt from that I wore in my last video. And I addressed this on my social, I believe it was my Instagram story. I'm loving Instagram story right now, by the way. I got that shirt at Evernew, which I believe is an Australian line, but there are a couple stores across Canada. And I love it because their clothes fit me really well, and it's all really pretty, and some of it's really structured, and it's just really nice. I find they do some things that a lot of stores in Canada don't do, so I really, really, really love Evernew. Check it out if you haven't already. My next question is from Lauren, and I thought this question was really, really great and something that I don't think is addressed a whole lot. Speaking of address, I am certainly becoming un. And her question is if I'm more into women or trans women. I just wanted to say that to me, it really doesn't matter whether it's a woman or a trans woman. I just like really genuinely kind people, intelligent people, and someone who has a really, really great sense of humor. So to me, it doesn't really matter. ETC Danglish asked, who was my first crush as a kid, whether I realized it at the time or realized it later. And they go to say that theirs was the White Power Ranger. Oh my goodness, I loved Power Rangers. I think when I got my first crush, I didn't really know what crushes were. I was really little. I think I just knew that I was really attracted to certain people. You know, I just really wanted to be their friend and just really wanted to be around them. And I'll tell you a funny story that not a lot of people know. And that is when I was in grade 1, there was this girl in my class with gorgeous long blonde hair. And I guess because of where I grew up, I never really saw anybody with long blonde hair before. I just thought she was really, really cute. And I really hoped that the teacher would sit us next to each other in class because she would pick out the little groups that we would sit in. And then one day I finally got to sit next to her, and I was so excited. And then she turned out to be very, very chatty, and I was a very quiet kid, so it wasn't quite what I was looking for in a friend at the time. That was probably my first girl crush. I used to find it funny because all of my friends that were girls growing up used to talk about how cute they found boys or how handsome certain boys were, and I never really thought that. I just used to think, wow, I just end up liking someone's personality. I've never really been attracted to a guy like that before. Because really, I could like any guy's personality and be friends with him, but it doesn't really necessarily mean I want to be with him. You know what I mean? Becky asked if I will be visiting my sister Caitlin in Britain, and she's living in Scotland, so that's really cool. I've always wanted to go to Scotland. But yes, I will be visiting my sister. I was hoping to go this spring, but it looks like that might not be happening, but I will be visiting her while she is there. She'll be there for a while, so I'm hoping within 2017 to get out to see her, so that'd be really exciting. And maybe I could do some sort of meetup. Ooh, how fun would that be? I don't know how many of you live over there. Would anybody be interested in a Britain meetup if it ever happened? Just out of curiosity. I don't know when it will happen, but it'd be cool to know how many of you live over there. My curls are falling out. My curls are falling out. Do 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 do. I need some stuff in my hair. My next question is from Olga, and I'm just gonna narrow it down a little bit just to make it a little easier to answer. And her first question is wondering how my family reacted after these changes. A lot of you saw me react on my Instagram live stream to how I reacted when I saw a message from my aunt. And it was so positive and heartwarming. She said in it, "Long may your big jib draw," which is a Newfoundland phrase that means long may your sails be set free. And I just got so emotional and broke down, but I absolutely have the most wonderful family. My grandmother is like, "This is no big deal." She's so cool and always surprises me. And the second question, she's basically wondering if I always knew this about myself, or if I'd always been questioning my sexuality, and if I grew up thinking about this, or if this is a completely new thing for me. And no, I always knew. And although this was new for my family and friends and something they didn't know about me, it was just something I never verbalized often. I felt like I wasn't always accepted, so I held it in for a really long time. I always knew that I liked girls. It was just a longer process for me to tell other people in my life, and that had to do with certain circumstances over the years and insecurities in myself and caring a lot about what other people thought. And so I guess as I got older and as I realized what I truly wanted to make me happy, it gave me the courage to be able to tell everyone, including all of you in my life. And I really hope that someday people don't have to do that. I feel like we are getting closer to a world where it doesn't really matter who you like. You can just go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, this is my girlfriend," or "Hey, this is my boyfriend," NBD. Just, you know, natural. And this question kind of corresponded with a question I got over on Instagram, and that question came from Chanel Celebs Fashion, and she asked, "How did you realize you were a lesbian after dating boys your entire life?" Well, I did always know, but it took me a long time to realize that I wasn't bisexual. That was the tricky one for me, just because of the way I thought. And to be honest, I never had trouble getting a boyfriend or getting attention from guys, and to me, I really attached to personalities, and if someone was really nice or kind and liked me, then I would have little feelings for them back. And girls made me really, really nervous, and being stuck in the closet did not help. And so boys were almost an easy way out. And so I tried to convince myself for a long time that it didn't matter, that I could just leave the whole girl thing alone and I could just be with boys. But that didn't really turn out. I wasn't being true to myself, and I'm just really happy that I can finally do that and really be happy. And I don't know, I just have this whole renewed sense of energy, and I've never felt so much like myself. So this is fun. I like this. This is nice. I like to stay here, please and thanks. The next question on Instagram comes from Lisa, and she asks, "What do you like the most about yourself?" I really like this question, and it took me a little bit to think about it, because I thought, I could answer this with a physical answer or a quality or a characteristic or trait that I have. And I think the thing that I realized that I like the most about myself is that I'm stronger than I think I am. And I believe that there's more bravery that comes along with that than I realized as well. And that makes me really happy. I'm glad I'm able to be a little bit more brave in situations. And I think that also makes me more independent. And I've always liked that about myself too. So probably that. But in terms of physical characteristics, I love my hair. I really like my hair. And last but not least, we have the Snapchat questions, which I'm really excited about because I actually got to see a lot of your faces, and it was like talking to you one-on-one, so that was a lot of fun. So thank you for sending those videos along. The first question is from Julia, and here she is.
Hi Chelsea, my name's Julia, I'm from Spain, and I would like to ask you, what is it that you like the most about living in Canada? I would love to visit there someday. Love you.
The thing I love the most about living in Canada is how accepting people are up here. Now, Mind you, it is not accepting 100%, but we do live in a country that is full of different cultures and people, and there's a general accepting vibe. I feel very fortunate to live in such a safe place, especially with things that are going on in the world right now. Canada is absolutely beautiful. I mean, we may not have the best weather, and it may get dark really fast, which makes it hard to film. But it is a beautiful country. It is my home, and I plan on staying here. Also, I don't know if you guys know, but this year is Canada's 150th birthday. How cool is that? I actually did a webisode with some of my closest friends and my sister. You can check it out at farandwide.com. I'll put the link in the description bar down below if you're interested in watching my episode. We went to Ottawa, which is really cool because that's where the big celebrations are going to be this summer. I can't wait. But there's a lot of really awesome things on that website and just going on in Canada right now in general. It's a really awesome year to be Canadian. Martha would like to know how I curl my hair with a straightener, and to be honest with you, Martha, I'm still learning, clearly. Now this is like post-Canadian ice storm hair, but it has been a lot easier to do my hair since I got it cut, so that's exciting. But if you'd like a tutorial, let me know in the comments down below. And finally, I'm going to answer 3 really fun questions from Emma, and here they are.
What age did you have your first kiss? Have you always lived in Canada? What are some good things you do to keep you happy?
Number 1, I had my first real kiss in grade 9. Like, I'd call it a kiss, not a like kiss on the cheek. You know what I mean? So grade 9. So I would have been like 13 or 14. Second question, yes, I've always lived in Canada, but I actually have spent summers away. The last summer I spent away not living in Canada, some of you might remember actually, it was a couple of summers ago, and I stayed in the Czech Republic doing an opera, so that was really, really cool, and probably one of my favorite places that I stayed. Besides that, I also stayed in Italy for a summer. I don't know if I'd call that living, but it certainly felt like I was living there. And the third question, to keep myself happy, I sing a lot. It makes me very, very happy. It can lift my mood instantaneously. Whew, that was fun. You can see my little like I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was so much fun to talk to you and answer your questions. I answered some of you on social media. If I didn't get to answer some of your questions here today, you can always chat with me over on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. That's always a lot of fun. I love talking to you guys. And if you're looking to find me on any of those places to chat, you can find me anywhere at Chelsi Madonna. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your questions. Thank you for being the absolute best subscribers in the whole world. I have the best response, the best people out there, and I love you all very, very, very much. From the bottom of my heart. I said that in my last video, and I still mean it, and just putting that love out there. I hope you're all having a lovely week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Now, where's my tea?